not. This is the first whiskey video that I'm recording this year in 2018. All the other videos that have gone up on this channel were recorded last year. And of course before last year. But all the videos up till now were not recorded this year, if that makes any sense. It is now the 14th of January, and this one should be going up on the 15th, 16th, somewhere around the 17th of the month or so. It's very early on the 14th. It's Sunday morning, just after, it's about 20 minutes after 12. So I'm getting a late start because I had a lot of email that I had to go through. Tonight I'm going to try this one here. It's a miniature of the Jim Beam Black. And here's what the actual bottle looks like right here. This came to me as a bonus, basically stuck to the neck of another bottle. So I think it was a bottle of 90 from Highwood Distilleries, a Canadian corn whiskey that's 5 years old, and I think this was hanging on the neck of it. So this was a bonus, a freebie, so to speak. It's a plastic bottle, and as far as I can tell, it's got no age statement, and it's 40% alcohol by volume. I'm imagining a heavier char from the barrel than your standard Jim Beam offering, but we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a try. I'm not gonna, waste a sample and not try it, not taste it, not let you know what I think of it. Another sip of water. Okay. Oh, right away. I'm getting some cherry, some caramel, some wood. I'm definitely getting some wood here. Cherries, caramel, wood. There's probably some vanilla hiding under that wood, under that oak char. Barrel char, yeah. Like a bonfire smoke. There's also that little bit of I can't really pinpoint that flavor that you get from Jim Beam. It's like I guess it's wet wood. Very much a bourbon nose, but with more char. Something a bit nutty about it too, like cashews. And what's that other thing? Ah, it's a smoky thing. It's not like peat smoke. It's like a house that was on fire, that had a lot of water hoses sprayed on it, and it's what the wet wood would smell like after the fire. I guess that comes from the barrel char. Yeah. Now I'm getting some vanilla creeping in from underneath that woody, that burnt wood. Yeah, some vanilla and caramel sort of intertwined. It's almost ashen. But at the same time, I'm getting some corn too. Some of that corn sweetness. And a little bit of I'm getting a bit of rye too. The rye would be imparting a menthol note to the whole thing. Minty, yes. Not so much dill, but more minty. Well, that's about it for the nose. As I keep nosing more, the woodiness is fading to the sides, and I'm getting more of the minty notes from the rye. Let's taste it. It's quite oaky. Wooden, oaky. Cherries also. Cherries, caramel. That burnt wood. It's quite rich in that it's got a lot of those bourbon flavors. Get the last couple drops out of this wee plasticky bottle. That was the first taste. Let's do it again. Let's keep it in the mouth maybe a little longer and see what happens. Cherries, oak. Oak. Burnt oak, heavy barrel char. Little bit of cherries. The barrel char on the palate just completely masks the flavors of caramel and vanilla. They're there, but way underneath the barrel char. If you thought there was a strong barrel char on the nose, it's nothing compared to what's on the palate. I didn't notice it so much on the first sip, but on the second, wow. It's like having a coating of wood all over the mouth, on the top, on the sides, on the bottom. But it's a little dry too. It's a little astringent. I wouldn't call it a long, well, towards the end, the finish is just barrel char, just wood, burnt wood, and dry. What there was in the way of pleasant things, the initial cherries that I get is nice when it arrives. It's nice, but then it just goes towards wood, but burnt up wood. It doesn't taste like the wood is like you're getting any of that caramel or vanilla. It's just burnt. Try it again. It arrives nicely with those cherries, and now I'm getting some vanilla and some caramel, but they're understated. They're very subtle, and covering all that is that burnt wood once again. If you like burnt wood, This is fine. I like it oaked, but not quite so burnt oak. I prefer to taste more of the tannins and the caramel and the vanilla and the nuttiness and marzipan and all that stuff. But here, it's all burnt up. If you like it burnt, this is good. But it's like toast, If you take a piece of bread and you toast it, it's nice when it's a little bit brown. But when it's all black, it's too much. But, everyone's palate is different, and I'm sure that there's a market for this. Because I'm sure there are people out there who will like it. Let's see what our little cheers device gives us today.
Hey, haven't you had enough, mate?
Did you hear that? It was, haven't you had enough, mate?
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.